Hello everyone and welcome back. We are going for win number 900 today and cart ride around nothing. We'll check the big leaderboard and looks like a bunch of noobs out here today. Let me see if anybody's made it past the dehumidifier yet. Nope, so looks like people are having trouble getting out of the train station, which is bad for them, but it's good for me because it doesn't look like anybody's going to be getting in my way today. And let's see the big 899. There it is. All right, how many kills we got? 16,148, 84, something like that. That's pretty good. Okay, so today, before we start, I want to give some shout outs because I promised I would. And we're going to start with Yuli and AI Soccer 7, my baby brother Avian, who may also go by the name Cute Orange 192. Shout out to Brazil Guy. Shout out to Devastator Elite SSB 2. Shout out to Ghost Developer and also Video Machine 2000. And of course, all my new subscribers. I want to thank everybody for their positive comments on the channel. We definitely made it over 400 subscribers, up to 422 right now, I think, which, you know, when you think about it, is almost a million. My friend's not here today to tell me I'm wrong, so it is right. 422 is almost a million. If you round up to the nearest million, it's a million, so right there. Anyways, what do we got here? We're getting up to the Helix. Okay, we got no debris in my way now. And as a matter of fact, I don't see anybody in my way all the way up to the dehumidifier. So today, barring any unfortunate incidents, it looks like we might have a nice easy run, which is good compared to last time, which took me like almost an hour. So hopefully we can get through this pretty quick. Okay, that cart down there is going to be trouble because there's an NPC cart coming and it's going to throw debris all over the place. So hopefully I can get all the way to the end here. So when it blows up, I'm not even near it when this stuff starts flying up the helix. Oh, there it goes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I was in the helix when that blew up, I probably would have been blown up too. Okay, but yeah, my friend's not here today, so I'll have to monitor myself. I thought I lived in the United States of America, but I guess I'm wrong because I have to actually watch what I say. So free speech is out the window, I guess, but I'll keep it clean. I never swear in this channel. The worst you'll ever hear is a darn or a gee whiz. And, you know, I kind of like it that way. It's, you know, I'm an adult. I live in a civil society, so I don't know why so many people swear these days in public. I think it's cool, but it's not cool. You know, when you actually grow up and maybe have children or around children, you'll know that that is very offensive to swear in front of kids. But it's just as offensive too for adults. No reason to swear when you don't have to. Okay, where am I? I'm in the new loop. Nobody in my way. I'm going to take it easy over these bumps because I want to have a good run today and I don't want to be starting over like every 10 seconds. So we'll be a little bit more cautious. Okay, now for the most important thing of the day, I promised you guys the phonetic alphabet. And I hope you weren't cheating and looking it up online because I know you've been waiting for this. Okay, the phonetic alphabet, also known as the NATO phonetic alphabet, was developed in the 1940s. And why do we need a phonetic alphabet? Well, that's a good question. Because when you think about it, when you're on the telephone, or for the military folks that use the radio a lot, sometimes it's very hard to distinguish certain letters from other letters. For example, B may sound like G, may sound like Z, may sound like D. And when you have a job where it is critically important that you get the correct information, you don't want any miscommunications. So they actually developed the phonetic alphabet to make sure that messages that are being sent are the actual messages that were intended. So It will be much clearer when I start going through it. Every letter in the alphabet, A to Z, is represented by a word. So when you use the phonetic alphabet, instead of just saying A, B, C, D, you use the words that represent those letters. In that case, it would be Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. So the first letter in the phonetic alphabet is the word alpha, which I think is also the first word in the Greek alphabet. But this alpha is actually spelled differently, because alpha is actually spelled A-L-P-H-A, but the scientists who developed the phonetic alphabet saw that some countries pronounce the PH words differently. So in order to avoid confusion, the phonetic alphabet, the word alpha is spelled A-L-F-A, because that has the highest success of being pronounced correctly in most of the NATO countries when they pronounce the word alpha, A-L-F-A. The next word on the phonetic alphabet to represent the letter B is Bravo. C is represented by Charlie, D is represented by Delta, and E is represented by Echo. So, whoop, here comes the elevator. Get out of here, cop. All right, nice and smooth onto the elevator. Let's look at that big loop over there. I don't see any carts in the big loop. And let's take a look at the small loop. Nothing over there. Take a look up at the dehumidifier. I didn't see any carts up there. So now I am just going to focus on that traffic light up ahead and see when it turns red or green, because that will tell me how fast I can go once I get off the elevator. Okay, anyways, what are we doing? Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. The letter E is Echo, E-C-H-O. The letter F on the phonetic alphabet is represented by the word Foxtrot. The letter G is the sport golf, G-O-L-F. The letter H is the word hotel. The letter I is the word India. The letter J is represented by the word Juliet, except this one is spelt differently also, because most people would spell Juliet with one T, but the phonetic alphabet actually has two T's on the end, so everyone knows to pronounce it Juliet, because I guess some countries, the IET, they pronounce it differently, which might have confused some folks. So the two words that are spelt incorrectly on the phonetic alphabet are Alpha and Juliet, just to make sure that they're pronounced clearly. The letter K is represented by the word kilo. The letter L is the word Lima, L-I-M-A. The letter M is Mike, M-I-K-E. The letter N is November. The letter O, which I think should be October, but it's not, is the word Oscar, O-S-C-A-R. The letter P is Papa, P-A-P-A. And we are in the dehumidifier already. That went by pretty quick. If we keep going at this pace, we should be done in less than 20 minutes. Hopefully, all the noobs are still at the train station, scrambling around trying to get their cart started, and nobody else gets in my way. Hopefully the scary tunnel is nice and clear, and we can get through this thing no problem. Okay, hands up. Don't touch anything while we go through the small loop. Jam on the brakes. Jam the accelerator. And flip the switch. And be careful coming out of the small loop. If there's anywhere you're going to get stuck on the track, it's right here, because you really have to go very slow out of the small loop in order to not get stuck. Okay, looks like we're good. Nobody's coming. We should be able to make it through the scary tunnel, no problem, if there's no obstructions in there. Okay, what are we up to? Quebec. The letter Q is represented by the word Quebec, Q-U-E-B-E-C. The letter R is represented by the name Romeo. So we got Romeo and Juliet in the phonetic alphabet. Romeo is spelled R-O-M-E-O. The letter S is represented by the word Sierra, S-I-E-R-R-A. The letter T is our other dance on the list because it's the word tango, T-A-N-G-O. So we got foxtrot and tango, which are two dances on the list. The letter U is represented by the word uniform, U-N-I-F-O-R-M. The letter V, is that a card up ahead? Nah, it might be nothing. Sometimes when you go through this tunnel, it's like an optical illusion. It makes you think there's a card up ahead of you because there's like a shadow up there. But when you actually get there, you find out there's nothing there. But I do have a red light though, so as usual, I can't get through this game without at least one hassle. So we will have to stop and wait. Okay, what are we up to? V, Victor. The name Victor represents the letter V. V-I-C-T-O-R. The letter W is represented by the word whiskey, W-H-I-S-K-E-Y. The letter X is represented by X-ray, and they have it as one word, X-ray, X-R-A-Y with no hyphen. The letter Y is the word Yankee, Y-A-N-K-E-E. And finally, the letter Z is represented by the word Zulu, Z-U-L-U. So, recapping the phonetic alphabet, it is Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-ray, Yankee, Zulu. So now that we all know the phonetic alphabet, it is your duty to go out and teach others. Because the next time I hear somebody say, my character on Roblox is a bacon, that's spelled bacon with B as in boy, you can say, no, it's not B as in boy, it's B as in Bravo, Alpha, Charlie, Oscar, November. Those are the only words you should be using to represent letters of the alphabet. And the sooner everybody knows these, the sooner I can get a good night's sleep. So I do appreciate your support in spreading the word. Okay, where are we at? We're on the back nine already. And looks like still nobody's in front of me. So this is like the perfect server. Sometimes I get these servers from hell where there's like red carts everywhere or witches flying around just causing mayhem. But this is actually a nice quiet run, which is good. I deserve this. You would not believe some of the stuff I've been going through the last 3 days. I think 3 days ago I had like 861 wins. So to get up to 899, I really had to put in some serious hours, and it seemed like none of them came easy. I think there was one where a witch was sitting outside the dehumidifier, at the top of the helix. And he picked me up and threw me in the other dehumidifier, and I finished in like 7 minutes. But the other ones, I all had to scrape out every single win, and it took me forever. So, hopefully the administrators who work out of that bunker under Area 51 with the aliens don't mess with me. And this is the perfect opportunity, because this little stretch right here, you can be going like 15 miles an hour and your car will like fold in two and throw you off the side for no reason. Okay, let's get through here. Don't hit the blue carts. Give him enough space so you don't blow up by blowing him up, and shoot. Excellent. Yeah, if you get too close to those NPC carts and you blow them up, you'll be driving, and then like 20 seconds later, your car will just disappear from under you, and you're like, what happened? And what it was is you were too close when you blew up the NPC cart, and the shock of it kind of caused a delayed reaction where your cart just kind of disappears. Okay, nobody's messing with me here. Oh, red cart coming. We gotta hurry. I don't like red carts. But he's quick though. If he's fast, he can get me. Oh yeah, he's fast. Let me see if I'm faster. I gotta be careful going over these stupid bumps, though. Come on, hurry, hurry, hurry. Get the corner. Hopefully he's not... Oh, yeah, he slowed down. That was his first mistake. Okay, here's his second mistake. He's not waiting. Boom. Hasta la vista, baby. Okay. And we got another cart coming down the line, but it's a gray cart, and I am going around the corner, and I will be well into the basement by the time he gets down here, if he gets down here. And it looks like I got a green light. I don't know when it turned green, so we'll see what it is when I get down to the bottom, but I don't like shooting for that green light when I don't know when it turned green, because it may turn red like as you're passing through it, and you really don't even have enough time. Oh, move, 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 move. And brakes. Okay. Yeah, I got lucky there. That easily could have turned red like halfway, and the tracks would have started shaking, but I'm having a good run. I'm having a lucky run, so hopefully the luck stays with me. Okay. Looks like I got a few more minutes, so my next subject that I kind of promised I'd talk about is compound interest. And why is compound interest important? Because if you are going to save money during your life, you want as much help as possible to make your money grow. And I know some of you don't know what that means. Well, I'll tell you, compound interest is what makes your money grow. Because you can put $100 in the bank and leave it there for 20 years, and you think, well, when I go get it in 20 years, it's still going to be $100. Well, that's not right. Because as you leave money in the bank, or in a CD, or you invest it in the stock market, that money is collecting interest. Because that bank or that company that has stocks is using that $100 to loan the money to other people. And when you loan money to other people, when they pay it back, they pay interest. So let's say you take a loan out from the bank for $1,000. The bank says, fine, here's your $1,000. We want it all back in 3 years, but you're not going to pay back $1,000. You're going to pay back $1,300. So you get the $1,000 you borrow, but you also have to pay interest. So the bank uses that interest to give you your money back that you lent to this guy that borrowed the $1,000. So you have $100 sitting in your savings account. The bank used that to give that one guy his $1,000. He paid back $1,300, and some of that money that he paid back goes into your savings account to thank you for lending the money in the first place. So another example is stock market. If you put $100 into a stock and the company does real well, then you will get what's called a return on your investment, an ROI. And sometimes the return on investment in the stock market may be a couple of dollars a month. Sometimes, depending on how well the company does, you may get 100% of it back, and instead of $100 at the end of the year, you might have $200 because the stock did so well. An example of it would be, and don't do this, but a lot of people a few years ago invested in cryptocurrency, and they took their $100 and they put it in cryptocurrency when it was at like 85 cents a share. So they bought 85 cents times $100, so 8,500 shares or 850 shares. And then the cryptocurrency exploded. It went up to the price went up to like $20,000 a share. So that $100 by the end of the year for some people was up to like $2,300. So, or $3,000. So basically, when you put your money in a bank or in the stock market, you are collecting interest on that. Now, the stock market may be a little different because if the company does bad, you actually lose money. But if it's in a bank, you always get your interest. Okay, we're going through the big loop. Don't get stuck, don't get stuck, don't get stuck. And we didn't get stuck. Look at that, we're almost done here. Okay, let me wrap things up. The best example of compound interest, if you ever watched the show Futurama, where the star of the show is Philip J. Fry, and he gets stuck in a crypto chamber and goes ahead in the future like, I don't know, 1,000 years. On one episode, he went to the bank because he had like $1.37 in a savings account, and he wanted to take it out because he didn't have any money and he needed his $1.37. Well, he walked into the bank, he gave him their PIN number, and the lady behind the counter said, okay, you had $1.37, said with compound interest over 1,000 years, you now have $17,285.37, or something like that. You can watch the episode on YouTube. But basically, his $1.37, by sitting in the bank for 1,000 years and him not touching it, turned into multi-millions of dollars, which is a little extreme. But just remember, when you put your money in the bank, it's working for you. Okay, here's the big board flipping already. We got 900. Jump for joy, 900. Excellent. All right, let's go tell the world. There is no world. The world is over here. Say, hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys, pay attention. Hey, what are you doing? Come look at the board. Come look at the board. They don't care. These guys gonna care? No, they don't care. You know why? Look at that. They're a bunch of noobs. How many wins do they have between them? 0. Like 7, 8 people out here with 0 wins. I got 900. Are they interested? No. A couple of them don't even know how to start a car. That just goes to show you. Come on, buddy. You ain't going nowhere till you look at the board. Everybody needs to look at the... All right, never mind. Okay. So anyways, we got 900 wins. And that didn't take long. I think that took like 10 days. I was just pumping them out like crazy. So I guess I'll start on win number 901 as soon as I'm done with this. And hopefully by the end of July, I will be celebrating my 1,000th win. Got to take a selfie. There you go. Smile. Bacon's always smiling. He's smiling. And I think the next one for the 1,000th win, I'll tell you why Bacon's the coolest character, not just in Roblox, but on the entire planet. And it's not because he has bacon hair and always has something to eat. It's the way he's dressed. I'll give you a little clue. But until then, I will talk to you all later, and I will see you in a couple of weeks, either with my 1,000th win, or we will be showing my outtakes for the month of July. So the last one was pretty funny. I'll try to make the next one even funnier. Until then, as always, be safe, take care, and I will see you later.